Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages, welcome to Studio C. Now, it's a bit of a mess in here right now. There's a lot going on. We were recently just playing Pathfinder in here this past weekend on the table. Things are a bit of a mess. I've got some of my track lights laying around, right? So constantly a bit of work going on in here, guys. So I apologize for the clutter and the mess. Ordinarily, it probably won't look quite this bad. For most of you who may have probably missed the tweet that I did a few months ago or missed the one stream that I've done from this room, this is a new location for you here at SeaRaptor, and I kind of wanted to introduce you because Studio C here is where a lot of my future aspirations lie, right? And I owe it to you guys, my YouTube subscribers, to kind of let you know what's going on, what's in my head, where we're headed, the kinds of plans that I have for the future. We did one of these about 3 months ago when I was on vacation up in North Carolina back in March. We kind of talked through some things, and gosh, kind of a lot's happened since then. So we need to chat about it and catch everybody up, and then talk about the future. And I hope you'll be a part of it. So let's get started. First things first. The unexpected happened back in April. For those of you that follow me on Twitch, you know. Literally no more than 6 weeks or maybe a month after I posted my last channel update, I made Twitch partner, which was a bit of a shock. There's a whole story there, and maybe someday I'll do a whole video on that, but it was interesting, and it got done, and I'm glad for it. I'm glad that journey is kind of, that part of the journey is over, right? I could do a whole army of videos on Twitch and what they do well and what they don't do well. And there's a very, very long list of what they don't do well. But what they do well, what they do better than YouTube, guys, and don't take this personally because we're on YouTube having this conversation, but Twitch builds communities, right? You build a community around your channel. And that is what they do better than YouTube. And it is unfortunate that they're so bad at so many other things. But the partnership is done. And what that has allowed me to do, that really opens up a lot of doors. Back in March, I kind of had this idea when I was talking to you guys about, look, I'm going to start streaming other things, other PC titles. And I had started that process when they finally did accept my partner application. And so I've continued to do that. We've done a little bit of Paraspora, which was fun. We did that for a night. That's a game that I'm not sure is fit for streaming per se. But we did some of that. We've done some Half-Life. I'm going to start bringing those episodes of Half-Life here to YouTube soon. The guys that did Black Mesa are, wow, what a mind trip that is. What a great walk down memory lane to see that game come to life again here 25 years later. Brilliantly done. Tons of fun with that. But the Twitch partner thing is over, and it's going to open up some avenues for me over there that's going to translate into here. One thing that has happened here recently that is specific to Warships, and most of you are here for that reason, is that I passed 5,000 subscribers here on YouTube thanks to the mighty jingles featuring a replay and linking my channel. And so that triggers a whole round of giveaways. And I've got to get that organized with Wargaming. I've sat down and kind of started piecing that together, but I've got to get that done. So look for that in the next few weeks, guys. If you've got friends that have just joined the game, just joined World of Warships, or looking for some loot, I'm going to be having a big 5,000 sub giveaway here very, very soon. And it is going to be dedicated to YouTube, guys. The Twitch one that I did a while ago for whatever milestone it was over there was on Twitch. You guys earned this one over here on YouTube for those of you that can't watch me on Twitch, and we're going to do that giveaway here. I just got to get the mechanics of it all aligned once I get the prize pool approved by Wargaming, okay? The big thing and the reason we're having this conversation here in Studio C is because I want to be bringing more board gaming content to my channel. Both the YouTube channel here and the Twitch channel. Board gaming Twitch is still very new. There's a lot of folks over there trying things, trying new things, just innovating. And it's really interesting to watch because it's not easy, right? It's not easy to bring something with physical components to the table in a manner that the viewer watching, who may or may not know the game, presumably let's assume they don't know the game, can follow along and keep up with what's going on. There's a lot to that. And I have it in my head. I have a lot of ideas, a lot of things that I want to try to pull that off. That I've done a little bit of testing here on the table. I've been working in this room. The shelving you see behind me is all fairly new. This has been put in the last 6 months. The wireless microphone system, the lighting that allows me to film in here. We've done a lot of work in here, my wife and I, and I've been saying this for a while, but I've done a little bit of testing, and I think July is going to be the big month that I'm going to start doing probably one board game stream a week in here. I'm going to start off probably doing some solo stuff, but I'm hoping by the end of July I can maybe do some duo stuff with her or another friend, and just try things in here. So you're going to see more board gaming content coming to Twitch and then onto the channel, because to me, there's a lot of value in filming things live, playing a whole game live, let's say, doing a complete playthrough of a game, and then bringing it to YouTube in an edited form. Twitch allows us to essentially record the whole stream, right? And then I can go pull the entire video and then take it over to my editor and then dice it up and slice it up and add fancy transitions or whatever, like I do for so much of my Warships content already with the quick cuts as an example. So the plan is to basically film stuff live on the table and then, give me some time to edit it down, clean it up, make it a little more presentable, and then bring it here to YouTube. So if you're interested in that, I'd love for you to stick around. I'd love for you to be a part of the journey. It's going to be rough for a while. This is not my forte, right? It's very easy to sit in a chair with a camera on you and play a PC game, right? But live producing something here, have my Stream Deck kind of tucked in down here below the table where I can change camera views and it gets interesting, right? Is going to be a challenge. So I hope you'll be a part of that, because I'm going to need feedback and people to kind of help me make sure that we're doing it right, let's say. My Warships time has already kind of pulled back a little bit. I'm only streaming boats one night a week, basically, and I foresee that continuing for the future. I don't want to give up on Warships. I still enjoy the game. I love the community and the history. We have so much to celebrate, especially here in the States with all the beautiful museum ships that we have, and this COVID insanity can't go on forever. There will be more Anchors Away tour stops. There have to be. Like Wargaming, they know what this has done for them, right? There have to be more coming. I do not want to give up on Warships. But I am playing less Warships these days. I mean, it's been 6 years. And I will not pretend that I necessarily agree with every decision that they've been making of late. If you've seen me rant a little bit on Twitch, you know what I'm talking about. So, Wargaming content, Warships content, I should say specifically, will be here, but you might see a little less of it. Right now I'm putting out about one Warships video a day. That will probably continue for a while. I can't really foresee that changing unless I just have a rash of weeks where I just don't play very well. But maybe I'll get down to where there's only 3 to 4 a week, as opposed to every day. But the bottom line is that if you're here for Warships content, that is staying, but it's going to be mixed in with other things. I don't want to just be known as a Warships channel going forward. We talked about some other PC titles. I've done a little bit of Black Mesa. We're going to be doing, probably going to do some Subnautica soon. I've been playing a little bit of Below Zero, but what I'm thinking I'm going to do is probably start over in like a hardcore campaign or something like that. I haven't actually finished Sub-Zero or Below Zero. I haven't actually finished it yet, so I don't know the end of the story. So what I might do is just set up a stream where I just start playing that, kind of on my own. But one of the suggestions that was made to me, and I think this is a good one, is I need to be picking a title and kind of playing that through completely before I start, maybe dancing around. And I think that's a good idea, especially if I want to bring that content here to YouTube, where it can be shared with everybody who's maybe not able to make the stream. So I think that's what we'll probably be doing going forward. So I'm probably going to finish up Black Mesa over the next few weeks. Probably branch out into Subnautica. We'll do some Below Zero for a while. Civ 6 is still out there. I still have not really wrapped my brain around how to make a Civ 6 stream interesting to people who aren't already Civ fanatics. That's really tough in my opinion. But there's some other things that I've kind of got in the back of my brain. I still want to do a little bit of World of Warcraft. Burning Crusade is here now, of course. I think it's time that maybe I set that up and do a couple of Warcraft streams here and there. Maybe mix some of those in on the weekends or something, just to be different, right? I don't want to be known as just a Warships channel forever, right? There's so much more gaming that I enjoy that's not Warships. I really want to share that with everybody. One of the questions that I have for you guys, I suppose, as I kind of try and wind things down here a bit, is what are you interested in seeing? What other kind of titles do you think that it might be interesting to watch me play? And I'll take the suggestion for board gaming as well. Like we're specifically sitting here having a conversation about board gaming content coming to the channel. What are your suggestions, right? I have a list in my head. It's actually written down. I have a list of games that I want to bring to this table with at least 4 players right, live on Twitch for you guys, okay? Some of them are already here on the shelf, okay? Outer Rim, Imperial Assault. You can barely make out Nemesis over here on the left. Those are the kinds of things that I absolutely want to bring to the channel. What are your suggestions, though? What else do you think it might be interesting to see? And I'll take two-player suggestions as well, because in my brain, what I've kind of got in my head for board game stuff is kind of weeknight streams. The occasional Tuesday night stream would be like me playing a solo game here, or maybe a two-player game. You know, maybe myself and my wife, or get a friend to come over on a Tuesday night, and we'd play a two-player game here on the table. The big stream, the four-player, would be more of a weekend thing, right? Get everybody set up for a Saturday morning, do that live, and then try to publish it to YouTube the next week, something along those lines. So if you have PC titles that you think are interesting, that you want to throw out there, let me know. Reply to the comments. Same goes for board gaming titles. I'll take just about anything. What I'll probably do, just so you guys are aware, I've been backing Kickstarters for board games for quite some time now, for well over a year, basically since pre-COVID. I'll put a list down below. You can see the stuff that I've backed. Anything that I've backed, I've intentionally backed thinking that I want to bring it to the channel, but maybe there's something I've missed, so you guys can have a check and let me know. In the meantime, guys, I really appreciate you being here. This is still a hobby for me, right? This is not a job. I have a regular job I get up to and work 40 hours a week, like most of you, and maybe this can evolve into something more, but we aren't there yet, and we'll just have to see how it goes. In the meantime, guys, wash your hands, be safe, and I'll catch you next time.